Before this video begins, I just want to officially announce the MAF Super Mario Logan movie Patreon page, where you can donate money to support the movie. If I get this money, I might be able to add characters I wouldn't have been able to purchase otherwise. So, link in the description, and let's get on with the video. Whoa, it's morning. Alright. Time to get out of bed and work on a YouTube video. What's happening to me? I can't move. Well. If it isn't MAFDOMiNUS, what did you do to me, Jeremy? I may have paralyzed you, so you wouldn't get in the way of the war. Wait, what war? The war! What has begun? The war. That's right, MAFDOMiNUS. And I've been planning since December of last year.
Just wait and see.
Yep, I think it's time for the war between fanboys and critics to begin. Wait, Jeremy. I know you're mad at me, but come on, you're starting a pointless war. People are gonna die, and for what? A stupid puppet man? You don't get him, MAFDOMiNUS, do you? It's not just about the puppet man, movies, video games, and stuff. It's about the world right now. You wanna know what the world is like? The world is dealing with COVID-19, the riots, people acting crazy over stupid video game consoles, and the worst part of it all, people have died because of all this negativity. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda forever. And I feel like the world no longer needs all this negativity. It's time for the world to go into a more positive light. I can only tolerate positive opinions. And so, I'm going to eliminate all the critics who caused this negativity. Wait, Jeremy, first of all, the critics did not cause COVID-19 or anything like that. If anything, we're the first ones who noticed COVID and we try to prevent it from happening, but of course the Chinese government didn't listen. Alright? Critics aren't here to just destroy everything you like. We're here because we don't like something, we want to point out the flaws in order to improve it. That's what a critic does. Even so, why negativity? Why does it all have to be negative? I mean, why can't critics talk about positive things? Oh gee, maybe because the studios that make these things and Logan, who does all of these YouTube videos, probably doesn't know how to do a positive video, and so we're trying to tell him to do a positive video? I don't understand what that means, but oh well, I guess it's time for the critics to die. Wait, Jeremy, don't do this. It doesn't have to be this way. You know what? Maybe instead of paralyzing you, I should just kill you right here and now so I can guarantee you don't stop me. Jeremy, you've gone too far. I know, but let me tell you something. You were once my favorite YouTuber of all time. Not anymore. Goodbye, MAFDOMiNUS. In the hello new world. Wait, where am I?
Hello, welcome to hell.
What? I'm in hell? What the hell did I do to go into hell?
Well, it appears that you're way too negative on Super Mario Logan, and that's why you went to hell when you died.
Really? I went to hell just because I didn't like Super Mario Logan? Come on, not even hell agrees with me? Ugh.
Don't look at me, it's not my fault you're so negative all the time.
Hey, I am not too negative. There are perfectly good reasons why people don't like Super Mario Logan.
Oh really? Like what?
Well, Well, where do I begin? Hello there guys, it's MAFDOMiNUS, and today we're going to be doing the SML 2020 problems video. In hell. Cause, yeah, I'm in hell while I'm doing this video, so let's just get started. Before we can talk about any main issues I have with the modern videos, I first want to address the drama that happened. Why did we even talk about the drama in the first place? No, I'm actually being serious right now. Was there any actual reason why people needed to make videos about Logan breaking up with Chili? Sure, it's kind of a big deal because they were two lovers and, they're breaking up, but it's none of our business, really. This is more of a personal issue between Logan and Chili, and really, there was no reason for anybody to have gotten involved. Yes, I know, I also got involved in the drama, but that was my mistake, and at the very least, I didn't make multiple videos about it. I just made that one video and that was it. But I can't exactly blame people for making videos on the drama when Logan himself likes to reference the drama in his own videos. Now, I can understand why Logan wants to make fun of Chili. I mean, it's only natural for us humans to make fun of our enemies. But the problem with this is the fact that, like identity politics, we don't like it when an agenda is shoved down our throats when we just want to be entertained. When we just want to see plush toys do a bunch of weird stuff, and then all of a sudden you get an allegory for your girlfriend, it's just not entertaining, it's very distracting and unnecessary. Now obviously this problem only happened in the earlier videos, and thankfully it hasn't come up recently. But still, Logan, try not to do this again. Keep your personal issues and personal dramas away from the videos, okay? Because it's unnecessary, and you probably shouldn't get your personal stuff out there on the internet. Just saying. Now, most of the plots of this year are very formulaic. What I mean by this is the fact that most of the videos in 2020 follow the same basic plot map. Basically, Bowser Jr. or Jeffy wants something, so they do something to get that something, but they do something bad, so they try to do something to fix it. I call it the something formula, and that's basically the best way to describe most of the videos in 2020. Now, not necessarily a bad thing to have a similar formula. A very simple formula can be good. You do get some good videos like Joseph Shell and Bowser Jr. and Jeffy's Heist, but the problem with this formula is that when you repeat it over and over and over again, it just gets kind of predictable. We already know these characters are going to fail, or they're going to succeed. They only fail when it's supposed to be funny, but, that's most of the time. Really, the problem with this is that it's just so repetitive. Now, how do we fix this formula? Well, mix it up a bit. Don't just let it be about Bowser Jr. or Jeffy obtaining something, or Bowser Jr. and Jeffy trying to fix something. How about Shrek gets stranded in, like, an island or something, or Woody goes to a factory, or something like that. Maybe you can even have an overarching story where the plot happens throughout a lot of videos, and although the videos will have different titles and they won't have episode numbers, they will still all be connected because it's all part of an overarching plot. Now, yeah, that not only is that interesting, I would definitely like to see that, and it would definitely not be the same formulaic plot map. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. This year, Logan has actually been the funniest since like 2016, and that's no joke, pun intended. Compared to the last 3 years, Logan is actually improving on the humor, and I think that's due to the fact that the characters are being more self-aware. What I mean by this is the fact that the characters are realizing that they're in a ridiculous situation, and when the characters realize that, they tend to make fun of it, and it can make some clever and funny jokes, and thus SML is a lot funnier. Now, despite the improvement on humor, there are still some problems. Mainly the fact that Jeffy is just repeating most of his jokes. How many times has Jeffy said, PP, or Jeffy breaks something, or Jeffy yells at Mario, or Jeffy, does that weird British thing that, I don't know if it's British or not, but the point is Jeffy is just making the same old jokes, and it's not just Jeffy, Junior can sometimes make the same jokes as well, and it's sometimes, not sometimes, basically all the time, when you repeat the same joke, it's just not funny. It was funny the first time, but I think we get it at this point, so stop making the same joke. Another problem with the jokes this year is the fact that most of them are kind of mean-spirited. Most of them are just making fun of a character, or just roasting a character that's kind of unnecessary. It's just too much mean-spirited humor. And when most of your jokes are just making fun of another character, or just being mean, it's not funny. It's just, wow, you are kind of a jerk. Now, obviously, I am aware that there is such a thing as dark comedy, but dark comedy is supposed to be clever, not edgy. When your dark comedy is just, oh, 9/11, see, haha, funny, it's not funny. But when you add something clever to it, like, I'm gonna play chess, here are the planes, and here are the towers, then that's funny, because it's clever, and it's ridiculous, and when we transcend that, it's funny. But if you're just gonna remind people 9/11 happened, then that's not funny. It's just kinda sick. So, Logan, maybe don't make your characters jerks, and maybe don't repeat the same jokes. Stick to the snarky humor, and you can learn a thing or two, and improve the humor. Oh my god, what happened to the characters this year? Seriously, they've gotten worse now. For example, Rosalina used to be a kind and caring wife who would always have Mario's back, but nowadays, she just complains and whines and happens to backstab Mario every single time Mario does something bad, even when Mario had nothing to do with it or it wasn't Mario's fault. And she always stands up for Jeffy, even when Jeffy is objectively in the wrong. Now, Jeffy himself, he's definitely kind of improved, but not really much. He still kind of breaks stuff and is still an annoying jerk, although he isn't as bad as he was last year. But there seems to be a character that nobody, for some reason, is talking about that has gotten worse. Mario himself. That's right, Mario has gotten worse. Now, don't get me wrong, I can understand why Mario doesn't like Jeffy, because in past videos, Jeffy made Mario's life a living hell. Jeffy would accuse Mario of raping him even when he didn't, and of course Jeffy would break stuff that might be expensive, and of course Jeffy wastes resources like the green bean. So obviously, I can understand why Mario hates Jeffy. But even when Jeffy makes a simple mistake, just a simple mistake that can be cleaned up very easily, Mario just overreacts and thinks that Jeffy is the worst thing ever, and he would sometimes hit Jeffy, and in worst case scenarios, Mario would shock Jeffy. Seriously, Mario, you're overreacting, man. Sure, Jeffy has made your life a living hell before, but when Jeffy does make a simple mistake, you're no different than him when you overreact like that. Then there's Joseph. Now, Joseph has had his good videos, but in most of those videos, Joseph is just kind of a jerk, or he's bland and not interesting and stuff like that. He really... what was Joseph's personality again? He's supposed to be Junior's friend or something. And most of the characters, like Cody and Brooklyn Guy, they couldn't be here most of the year because of, well, we all know why, but, you know, it does kind of feel a bit empty without Chris and, you know, his characters. Now, luckily, Chris's characters are coming back, and that's because the crew is practicing social distancing and wearing masks, overall being safe so that the characters can come back. Still, though, most of the year feels empty without them, and the fact that they try to replace the characters, or at the very least substitute them with characters like Harry and those two gay cops, they just feel like inferior versions of the real characters like Brooklyn Guy and Cody. Overall, the characters here have gotten worse, or they just don't appear at all. Really, the only characters that have not been tainted are, obviously, Brooklyn Guy and Cody, but also Bowser Jr., he's still pretty much the same. So, how exactly do we fix the characters? Well, it's quite simple really, and it kinda ties everything together. Like I said, stop using the same formula, mix things up a bit with your plots, and also, don't make the same mean-spirited jokes and the same jokes over and over again. Try to be more snarky and try to learn from that, and that way your humor will improve. And once you do all those things, the characters will feel much better and they'll feel like themselves. And that's mainly the important thing right there. The characters should stay in character. When Jeffy was first introduced, he was kind of a retarded character, and that's who Jeffy should still currently be. I'm not saying Jeffy shouldn't go through any sort of character development, I'm not saying the characters shouldn't change at all, but they should still feel like they're the same character, and not just some jerk. So you see, I'm not the bad guy here. I just want to go home and stop the war. Please. I beg of you, there will be a lot of people that are going to die. But if you send me back, I will set things straight.
Well, you do make a lot of compelling points.
Alright, you know what, MAFDOMiNUS? I'll let you go. On one condition. You gotta take me on a date. So I gotta save the world by dating a girl. That rhymes. So, yeah, I guess it's the only way to get back to the real world. But hopefully I get back in time before Jeremy starts the war. I don't know what will happen if I'm too late. But all I can say now is, thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, well, you can leave a like. You can also subscribe if you want to see some more cinematic masterpieces like this one. And also, I hope Logan watches this video and he learns a few things from the problems because 2020 really is one of the better years for Logan, and I hope by fixing the problems, his videos will improve. I'm not saying every video's gotta be perfect. All I'm saying is that we could be getting better, and I hope we get better. We have to get better.